Steve Dotto here. Today, let's talk about signature envy. I have experienced it sometimes in the past. You know, you open an email from somebody and their signature looks so lovely and formatted and clean in the bottom of their email, and mine never looks that good. Now, I use Gmail, and before when I used Apple Mail or Outlook, you can create signature files in all of those apps, but never looks quite as good as some of the people who just seem to have this whole signature thing down. So I started to do a bit of a search online to find out a better way to do signatures, and I found this WiseStamp. It is it's an add-on that you can plug in, and it works in most of email apps, but it will allow you to create wonderful looking signatures. You can create elegant, clean signatures, and you can also create gaudy, awful, overbearing signatures that basically verge on signature porn. All of that within a simple app. It's free, although if you use it and you have multiple email addresses, as I do, you'll probably want to buy it. This is one of those tools that you might end up buying. And it's not super cheap. It's like $60 a year, a little bit more than I was hoping to pay for this particular feature, but it is a pretty cool app. So let's dive into it and take a look. Now, I have already installed it in Gmail in my browser here, and it appears here as a little tool which allows me to go in and edit WiseStamp and work within it. Now, I have paid for the premium version, and let me walk you through it. And I'll start with the way that you would start normally is if you were just installing it for the first point. And they do give you a wizard to walk through to help you enter your information and format it and basically capture all of the information. The strength of this tool, by the way, is when you do have multiple signatures, multiple different signatures that you're going to want on the bottom of your email, because if you buy the premium version, you have the flexibility of having multiple different signatures. So you basically put in all of your details and then walk through and then just take a look at the templates that they create to start with. Now, you're not locked in to these templates. They've got a lot of them to choose from at the beginning. And let's just choose this one because it seems really, really nice. And it works as a basic format for email. Now, their signature templates, I think, are pretty clean and elegant. They're simple. They're nicely coded. They basically look quite good. Once you've started with a template and kind of created your first signature, then you've got what looks like a content management system. It looks like you're in WordPress or Drupal. You've got a little HTML WYSIWYG editor here. So you can do quite a bit. You can actually add tables and do all sorts of formatting and do a fair bit right within the signature itself here. Now, I'm going to create a new one. I'm going to start the wizard from scratch so you can see that. Because for some reason it was adding that email adding that to an existing signature. It's got a few little unusual things that you kind of have to work your way through. Sometimes you think you're creating a new signature, as in the case that I was doing just there, and it actually is editing an existing one. So you kind of got to work your way through it. It's got a few kind of little glitchy type things there. So let's see if we can avoid that, and let's see if this has created indeed a new one for me. No, look at that. It's creating an existing one. So I'm going to try adding a signature here. I'm going to call this new signature. Isn't that great when technology in a demo doesn't quite work 100% the way it's supposed to? I'm sure the guys at WiseStamp are going, what? It's Dotto. He's doing it wrong. He's an idiot. Let's see if this worked. I'm going to choose the same one once again. And actually, let's choose this one. No, I don't like that one. I'm still going to use it. Okay, there it is. So we've got this new one. And yes, new sig. Good. So now we've got the basic signature ready to go. Sorry for that little detour. Here is where the strength of this app really comes in. It's bringing our different social media assets into our signature, basically. You've got the ability to format it you can put as much information, your company logo, you can do all those sorts of things right within the WYSIWYG editor. But down on the bottom, we see all of the different social media assets that we can add. So you can add quick little social media links to your Facebook page, to your Twitter account, to your Amazon book club, to your Bebo account, Blogger. Look at all of them that they've got that you can add. I'm working all the way down, right through the whole alphabet, Plexo. We've got Stumble Upon. Oh my goodness. They do have a broad assortment of social media icons. And you can add, like I'm going to do here, a link to my YouTube account. By the way, this is one of the things that I absolutely love about this app, is it gave me the ability to embed my YouTube videos in my signatures. And I'll show you how I did that in just a moment. So at any rate, you can add all of these different features to your signature. And if you buy the premium version, you can choose to use large icons or small icons when you do it. The other thing about the premium version is it doesn't include advertising unless you choose to add their advertising. Once you've saved a signature, you can take a quick look at how it's going to look. And there we see that now I've got my little signature with a little YouTube icon, which will click and take you to my YouTube page. So you're getting an idea for how it builds out. Now it starts to get good though. The social icons, just the first step. The email apps is where it starts to get pretty cool. So here we've got featured ones, social, business ones, tools, content, and causes even. So if we go here in the featured ones, we can add my latest tweet. I just click there to add my latest tweet. It's asking for my Twitter ID, so I'm going to put in Dottotech because that's my Twitter account. For any of you who aren't following me, please follow me on Dottotech. I'm always saying interesting things. So now once I save that, watch what happens now to the preview. We have not just my signature, but look, my latest tweet appears as well. So it's pulling dynamic information that I've posted on the web and putting it in. You start to see how cool this app is. And you can start to add all of these additional different things. You can add Facebook like buttons. Here's the ones that I like. When we got into the business one is I added, was it in business? No, it must have been in social. YouTube. Add my YouTube video. So my username is Dottotech. Now here we see a feature that you can either put this in the footer or you can create a sidebar link with this. So I'm going to add it to the sidebar. And now when I add it, it's now putting the YouTube video in the sidebar of my signature. So let's save that. Now when I previewed it, one thing I noticed, it doesn't display quite as well. So you're going to have to humor me here while I stretch out this window just a little bit and then I have to stretch out this second window a little bit so you can see it. Look at this. Anyways, there we go. Now we've got what my signature looks like at the bottom. Now remember when I said earlier signature porn, how you're going to end up with lots of different things in your signature? That's a lot of information in one signature. But for me, occasionally when I am sending out a new email, especially to somebody that I want to talk about what we do and say, hey, I do a lot of videos on YouTube, this is a great way for me to include and maybe create some and generate some additional traffic to my YouTube channel, because if I choose to use this signature, all of my videos will be articulated in each email. Is that right? We use the term articulate? I believe so. In each email. So there we see where this app can really start to work for you. And you can play with it and add more and more different icons. You can add a Skype connection so people can direct connect with you with Skype or Google Talk. You see the potential. When you add all of these different pre-baked tools to the fact you have a pretty fully functional HTML editor included, well, the world is your oyster as far as dealing with signatures is concerned. Now, what about in practice, Steve? If I've got 5 or 6 different signatures, what happens when I go to send an email? Well, this is what happens when you go to send an email. Is you'll have your basic signature. You can determine which ones you want for which accounts to be the default signature. But at any point within that email, you can choose to put in a different signature. So we've got this little pop-up down here in the bottom that will allow you to choose no signature or choose a different signature. And if you use one of the really busy signatures, you probably should make sure that you only use it once and you don't use it in every copy that you send back, or you will end up just sending back a cacophonous amount of noise to people. So the app, once again, is called WiseStamp. Costs about, was it $60 a year? I think $48 a year for the Pro. Sorry, I said 60. $48 a year is the Pro version. It works really quite well. A few little bugs in the interface, and I have been having a challenge making it work with Eventbrite. That's the only tool that I haven't. It looks like it works with it, but I haven't actually been able to resolve it and make it work perfectly with Eventbrite. But I will stay on top of that because that's one feature that I want to add as well. It's a good tool. I think it's well worth trying out. If you do need multiple signatures, it gives you a nice professional look on your signatures. I hope you found this video to be useful. I certainly enjoy sharing this content with you. If you have, please give us a like. It's always nice to be given some credit for the work we do here online. I'm Steve Dotto, and we'll see you again real soon.